Hello, fairy finders and fairy seekers. Welcome to FaerieQuest and the Ask the Fairies card reading for the week of February 22nd through February 28th, 2021. Before we get started here, though, I am going to do a quick experiment, and this will be part of a different video, but it'll be linked below for you in the description box. I'm going to try the Necrophonics app in my phone, as I've done previously for like Halloween and things like that, to see if the fairies are available to talk to us. So we're going to check that out and see what we get. So here we go. Going to shuffle up a little bit as we do each week. Oop. Put that back in there. And as always, I have already swished them on a table to make sure they're good and shuffled, but always giving a little bit more once we sit down for this. All right, I'm gonna split the deck. Okay, card number 1 is the 3 of Spades. Card number 2 is the 7 of Swords, known as the Sword of Enchantment. Card 3 is the Queen of Diamonds, Livia in this deck, and the Ace of Diamonds as the last card. So the only thing we are missing in this layout is hearts. We've had plenty of those here recently, and I'm not seeing but one, this card, in its natural position, and this is awesome because it is a club, and we've been waiting for a club again for quite some time. There's definite significance to the 7, the swords. So I'm seeing both high and low energy cards. We are equal 50-50, black and red. So let's see what the fairies have to share as we go through each of the cards. Okay, so first we have the 3 of Spades in the diamond position. And this card is actually called the Grave in this deck of cards. And it is showing a man holding a shovel behind his back. There is a hole dug in front of him, and he is seeing other headstones, one with a woman and smaller ones around him. Now, the point of this card is something that is necessary for all of us at this point. And that is to make a choice, make a decision about what is important for us to keep in our lifetimes right now and what is important to let go. And this means memories, hurts, things that either serve us or no longer serve us. And those need to be sorted through because there is a lot going on right now. And unfortunately, much of where our focus is what has gone on in the last year. Now, that's already a huge pack on all our backs as to all the things that have happened. And a lot of that stuff doesn't serve us anymore, doesn't serve us any longer, probably never did, but it takes a while to get to that point to understand that none of that was for the good of our souls, for the good of us as evolving beings. So much of that needs to be gone through and decided upon as to what is really going to move us forward. Because we don't move forward if we're in this position. If we're standing staring at a grave and that's all we do. Many are hoping that the world will get back to normal the same way as it was once, previous to all this. That probably isn't going to happen quite the way many hope. That was what was familiar. But we need to be able to move forward with our thoughts and move forward with ourselves to be able to make anything at all happen. Now, this card is specifically a physical world card because it is a spade. So we're talking much about like our health. We're talking about our jobs. We're talking about money and anything that is a physical situation on this earth, our homes. All of these things are very important and things of need. But what is it that we don't need from these? So here we are. There is no diamond here, so for many it's still a matter of the light still hasn't quite shone on what we really need to do yet. That is coming. It needs to come. There's a whole thing going on here. So the next card up is the Seven of Clubs, which I know I called Sword of Clubs at the start, but it is the Sword of Enchantment. And this sword is very, very special because it is in the club natural position. It is about thinking. It is about breathing. It is about being an individual. It is about creating. That's clubs. That's what that's all about. And I'm so happy to see a club sitting where a club should be, because these are all things we need to be able to do. We need to understand that we are these individuals, and that once we go through, sort our dirty laundry, so to speak, then we're being offered this Sword of Enchantment. This is something very, very special from Ithra, or the air element. And it's not really even a sword. You could actually probably call it a key. And a key is something that you can keep in your pocket and pull out and use anywhere that you'd like. This Sword of Enchantment, this key, is what brings about those things that you can't normally explain, those opportunities that just kind of pop up just because they pop up. There is no explanation for them, and there is no such thing as coincidence. So we can definitely call it magic when this happens. Being in the right place at the right time. Doors opening where others have closed. And, that's a huge thing for last year and the start of this year is, for many, jobs went away. So now what? Here are doors opening again. You just need to step through those doors. Not be afraid to step through those doors. This is a powerful card. But as with any kind of magic, there is responsibility with this. And that responsibility goes with the club suit in general with air, because our thoughts are what create reality. So we need to keep those thoughts pure and good and positive. Not back here staring at the graves. We need to open it up and make it bright and brilliant and wonderful. That's what we want to have, is bright and brilliant and wonderful for everyone. No more struggle. No more sadness. So we're going to move on to the Queen of Diamonds. Her name is Livia, and she is a very wealthy queen. She has sat in this position a good number of times now. She is depictive of light workers. We are all light workers. We just all haven't come to perhaps the same level of light work yet. Some have been at it for years. Some are just awakening and realizing that there is power in thought, power in the light. She's a very warm individual. All light workers are warm individuals, or at least that's where they're striving, because light workers are about unconditional love. That is what we are all striving for. And that unconditional love allows us to create that magic, as long as we don't live here. If you don't feel as though you are a light worker per se, you certainly are. However, if you don't quite feel at a specific level where you feel like you need to be, then find a mentor. Learn from that mentor, and then of course find your own path. Do it your own way, because no two people are exactly alike, but you can learn a lot from a mentor, another light worker. And if you put that out to the universe will send you a light worker, one who will work with you better than just somebody you would choose at random. So put that out there. Universe, please, I am in need of some assistance to raise my light worker level to something I'm comfortable with. Could you send me a light worker that can teach me what I need to know, what is best for me at this time, and wait and see what happens. Now here in the Earth position, we have the Ace of Diamonds. This one in this deck is called Ignita, and it is a fire element. It is a gem that is protected by this dragon, because there's something very, very powerful inside this diamond. That power can kind of be looked at as our soul. It is based on self, knowing self, transforming self. This is all about you as an individual. It is all about our spiritual values and our ego and our transformation and everything that we come into this world to develop. That's all protected right here. Now, this sits on the earth, and there are still those who would truly wish to break into that gem and steal our light working abilities, to steal our independence, or at least remove our independence. That is actually what is going on in the world right now. But as you see, as long as we raise our vibration from low levels, keep our thoughts high, always find something thankful for. Each and every day, each and every morning, even if you say, I am thankful for waking up today. Whatever it is that brings you joy, wake up with it, go to bed with it. Be thankful for things throughout the day. That keeps your vibration high, and that keeps you in light worker level, keeps you up there in the energy. Now, even though this is an ace and it's a 1, an ace can also be higher than a king, depending on what game you are playing. So, in this case, it is higher than a king. It is the star in the sky. It is you. You are the gem. And that brilliance that is a part of that gem is what the powers that be want to destroy. So they want to keep us on this low level, keep us in fear. And again, no diamonds, right? Here. Keep us in fear, afraid of our own shadow, basically, so that we cannot rise and transform and take advantage of the sword of enchantment that is fully available to us at all times, because we are very magical beings. Very magical beings. We're light workers. The universe works with us. The universe works with natural law. We follow natural law. That is the natural who we are. We are a gem. We will shine the light so brilliantly that those who are currently in power and causing all that fear cannot survive. They will have to move on to an earth that suits them, suits their evolution better, and go away from trying to destroy us. We just need to recognize this is who we are. This is not who we are. This is who we are. And when we allow all this to work with us, this is who we become. There's a lot of magic. We aren't supposed to know we're magic, but we are. And that's such an awesome place to be. So this is what the fairies are sharing with us today. They're sharing that sword of enchantment, that magic that we just need to become aware of. Started when we were born. Actually, even before that, past lives. There's a lot of information there. And remember, with this sword of enchantment, we are not doing all this alone. There are the fairies, there are spirit guides, there are angels, there's many different kinds of helpers, our past loved ones. They're all here to help us through to win this battle. Let the door open. Sort, get rid of what's not needed, and let the door open. Okay, that is it for this reading. If you have not seen the Necrophonics session that I did before pulling the cards for this reading, I've put a link for that in the description box below. So we will see you again next week. Take care.